What's good, y'all? Let's react to this cosmic wonder Tom Holland injury on set. Big health update. Spider-Man production stops for now. Yeah, man. I heard about this yesterday, man. I hope he doing all right, man. I ain't gonna lie, this scared the hell out of me. I was like, what the hell Tom Holland doing in the hospital, man? Man, I really do not want this bad news right now. So give us the good news, Cosmic One. Tell he all right, man. We need him. We need him right now in the MCU, man.
Articles naturally were concerned for. So yesterday, you might have heard or seen some headlines that say something along the lines of Spider Fall, Tom Holland rushed to the hospital after botched stunt while filming Spider-Man movie. And people seeing these articles naturally were concerned for Tom Holland because most of them said that he was hospitalized or rushed to the hospital, which is incredibly terrifying. The first outlet to report this was The Sun, but according to Deadline, who gave us an update, and we have an even newer update today to discuss, but according to Deadline, they said they can confirm filming was suspended Friday as the actor was treated for a mild concussion, and a source close to production says he will take a break out of precaution, but is expected to return to filming in a few days. Now, let me clear some things up because there seems to be a little bit of confusion about what actually happened, and we do have an update on what exactly Tom Holland is up to right now. As I mentioned yesterday, there was a little confusion about this because some people were saying that he was rushed to the hospital in an ambulance because a stunt went wrong, and this was just reported as a huge tragedy. Like Tom Holland might not be okay, especially with The Sun reporting that it was believed he cracked his head in a fall and was treated for a concussion. So everyone was concerned naturally, but based on what we know, this was highly exaggerated. Now, I don't want to downplay this too much because Tom Holland did indeed get hurt on set, and it sounds like he did truly suffer from a concussion, but according to the newer reports, he simply went to the hospital as a precaution, and they don't say that he was rushed to the hospital by an ambulance. It sounds like a stunt went kind of wrong. He accidentally hit his head, didn't crack it open, but simply hit his head, and everybody together decided that he would go to the hospital to get it checked.
I'm not gonna lie, I really did see that when they said Tom was rushed to the hospital. They said, so I read some news outlets on Twitter. They said he cracked his head. I'm like, cracked his head? Damn, dude, I don't think he survived that. There's some people, he cracked his head, crushed his dome, all types of stuff on Twitter, man. So I know that can't be true, man, but I know he all right, man. Hopefully he is, man. We need him, man. Hopefully he be all right, man. We need him right now in the MCU. We need this. We need him.
Out just in case, just as a precaution, because you never know with the head. It's very fragile. So according to new reports from Deadline and other outlets, that is what happened, but it wasn't this huge failure on set where everything went wrong and stuff exploded and wires broke and he went slamming into the wall or something like that. It doesn't seem like that's what happened, even though that's what some places made it sound like. And it was also reported that a stunt double, a female stunt double actually, was rushed to the hospital as well. We haven't heard anything else about that.
Wow, who was that? Oh man, we gotta investigate more into this, man. Wow. So a female stunt that was also rushed. Dad, who was that? Like Gwen Stacy? I wanna know, is Gwen Stacy gonna be in this movie? I heard Sadie Sink is. She's supposed to be Tobey Maguire's daughter of Spider-Man. So she's supposed to be a Spider-Man also. So what's the deal with that? The other female stunt double in the hospital. Give us the news, man.
But at this point in time, it is believed to be inaccurate information because even the original article said that a woman who was thought to be a stunt double was taken to the hospital. So the original report wasn't even too sure about this. We haven't heard anything else about this woman. Nobody else has reported anything about this, even those who have more information now about Tom Holland, so it doesn't sound like there was another injury. And yes, we are going to get into how this will affect Spider-Man Brand New Day's filming and production, but the most important part is that we have an update on how Tom Holland is now. It sounds like Tom right now is doing okay for the most part. Again, he did go to the hospital on Friday, but on Saturday, Tom Holland was at a family charity night. He was there with his fiancée Zendaya. This is just one day after his injury, so the concussion for sure is real, but his skull split open, no. There's obviously a huge difference there. And even though
Yeah, I did see some Twitter posts on there. Like he was at some event. Like he was at like a premiere, like something like that. But I don't know what's the case. I guess he was going out enjoying life. Him and Zendaya was. But man, shoot, man. I'm glad he doing all right, man. We need him, man. We need him, man. He's so precious to the MCU. People really don't realize, man. Cause since Spider-Man's like their longest franchise, I mean, it's crazy. It's insanely crazy, dude. If he was in the hospital for like years and years, and they had to get like a new Spider-Man actor, dude, it probably wouldn't see expectations like he do for Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? If they had somebody else do Spider-Man, it'd be like, oh man, they probably had to get Sadie Sink to play Spider-Man. Start like a whole new Spider-Man trilogy franchise. If she exceed my expectations, she a pretty good Spider-Woman to me, but we'll see.
it is, of course, unfortunate that he suffered this concussion, it is a whole lot better than splitting your skull open, obviously, and he's obviously well enough to be able to go to an event, even if it's just for a little bit, take a few pictures and then go back to the hospital or go back to his hotel. And of course, his fiancée Zendaya is with him as well. They were actually reportedly filming some scenes together, or she was at least spotted on the set with him when this all went down. So literally a day later, Tom Holland is spotted in public, talking to people, smiling. He was at least feeling decent, at least for a little bit, because reportedly he left early from that event after feeling ill. Now his father Dominic attending a charity dinner in Mayfair did talk to the press and did confirm that Tom Holland is going to be stepping away for a while. This is a little bit different than the report that we heard that said he was going to be taking a break out of precaution, but is expected to return in a few days. So filming is going to be paused for a bit, but it's not going to be paused for like a month. It doesn't sound like, at least fingers crossed. Right now it sounds like it is kind of a mild concussion, but it still is a concussion. He's still suffering from one. So obviously he's not going to be able to return to the set and start filming stunt sequences again. And that's kind of the cool thing about Tom Holland. He films a decent amount of his own stunts. Unfortunately, that means that sometimes something like this can happen.
Like, you see him like swinging side to side, back and forth, dude. You know how dangerous that is? Just imagine if like one of them harnesses line just fell off and he just like got injured like that, or just all of a sudden passed away, dude. You never know what this equipment can do. Cause man, you know life is short, dude, man. Telling you. I mean, anything bad can go happen very fast, dude. So man, that's scary. That's scary. Man, so bad. So he like really felt ill. So he like passed out and just went to the rest to the hospital. Dang, man. I want to know he watching his health like that. For him to like do like a stunt and then go to something afterwards and then he wasn't really feeling good. Man, I want to know he watching his health, dude. I want to know like big time actors like watch their health after they do do like certain roles, like they watch like their health, or they just take a wild break so they get their self back into their mental health. I just wanted that though.
And Tom Holland, he knows that, but that's just another reason why he's awesome. He takes the risks because he wants to be Spider-Man as much as he can, and we love him for that. And actually, we just heard some really cool reports over the weekend about how much Tom Holland really cares about his role. And there's actually a pretty cool connection to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's as well. And yes, it does link to Spider-Man No Way Home. But to wrap up Tom Holland being injured, yes, he did suffer a mild concussion. He did go to the hospital, but it's not nearly as bad as some are making it out to be. Again, he felt well enough to go to that charity event.
You know, the media outlets, they'll take everything and just make it like theirs. They just make everything bad. They could like take a good topic from somebody's life and just demolish it. Just so evil. Evil.
And that says a lot about his character as well. He was injured and probably really not feeling well, but he probably committed to going in advance, so he kept that commitment. He made sure to keep that commitment because Tom Holland really does love charity work. And he even left ill, but he was there. He showed up. And now it sounds like he is going to be taking a bit of a break. However, it sounds like if everything is okay, if it's just a mild concussion, it'll probably just be for about a week. Hopefully, it's just simply a mild concussion and there are no other problems.
Yeah, and I also see a Twitter post that his dad tweeted like he was in the hospital and saying, yeah, he gonna be out for a while. If I hear that word a while, I'm in like, oh snap, dude. That's finna be like 5 years, dude. Three to 5 years for a while. That also scared me. Like I heard that he gonna be in there for a while, man. But shit, I'm glad he gonna be back for a week though. Week is understandable, dude. That scared me. That wow scared me though when his dad said that.
I'm sure they're going to do some more scans and such, and if they find nothing, then I'm sure he'll be back in a week. But of course, as always, if we hear anything, we'll keep you updated. Now it seems like a very appropriate time to go over this. Recently, Tom Holland, in an interview with Complex, said that his new suit is inspired by his so-called big brothers, his Spider-Man big brothers, Andrew and Tobey. In the interview, he said, I'm really glad that people are picking up on the homage to Tobey and Andrew's suits. Obviously, the new suit looks pretty different than the last one that he had, and he does have raised webbing on this one. And a lot of people have been saying, oh, it looks like it's inspired by the other two Spider-Man suits. And here he confirms that, and he states, I really like the idea that he's trying to be his big brothers, that he looks up to them and he sees the little details on their suits that he thinks are really cool. And now that he is making his own suit and isn't part of this bigger team. So basically after Spider-Man No Way Home, now that Peter Parker truly is on his own, no more Stark Tech backing his suits or anything like that, no more Aunt May to help him, he is just simply...
Yeah, I thought he did create like his own suit, but it was on like Harry's jet. I think it was in it might have been far from home. I think he did create his own suit. I can't remember though. Did he create that Homecoming suit? Dang, I ain't watched his older movies in a minute. I ain't watched Homecoming, Far From Home, like the older films that he was in. I don't know if he created them suits. I know he created like one suit. I don't forgot what it was. I ain't gonna lie, Tom Holland, he had some nice Spider-Man suits, man. Shoot. He had some nice ones. Especially that Iron Spider that Tony Stark gave him when he was finna pass out in space because he couldn't breathe. Yo, that suit was nice.
Making his own suits, and he is thinking of what he calls his big brothers, which I just absolutely love, and is modeling his own suit after their suits. Now it still has his own touch to it, of course, but we can very clearly see the inspiration with his new suit. A new, fresh take that honors the past. And also, speaking of fresh, Tom Holland did say this in the interview as well. It really feels like we aren't making the fourth movie. We're making the first movie in the next chapter. This is a rebirth. This is something completely new. And I think most fans are probably really going to like that, because if you do think about the last Spider-Man films, they were big movies, but they weren't exactly the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man type of movies. Spider-Man originally entered the MCU in a massive way in Captain America Civil War, and since then his appearances in the MCU, whether that be the Avengers films or his own films, have been pretty big. And Tony Stark, whether he was alive or dead at the time, has still had a major presence in each movie. But now it's about him. He's making his own suits, he's fighting local crime, and yeah, the Hulk and the Punisher are gonna show up, but they're crossing paths because they're each trying to stop local crime, and then ultimately probably trying to stop the Hulk. But then of course we know that they're all going to come together and fight the true main villain, whoever that may be. We don't know at this point in time. They've done a pretty good job at keeping that a secret, but all things considered, it sounds like the movie is going to really be just a new, fresh Spider-Man movie, and hopefully it's fantastic. And hopefully hopefully Tom is going to be okay. It sounds like he is. Again, just a mild concussion. Hopefully that's all it remains to be. So thoughts and prayers go out to Tom Holland for a speedy recovery. Hopefully he's back in a week, but he needs to take as long as he needs to be okay. And I think the studio would agree with that. So let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video.
Glad he doing all right. I want to see him back, man. I definitely want to see him back. And I'm definitely interested in this movie, man. So Spider-Man, he not going to have nobody. I can't wait to see how this plays out. So the Hulk and Punisher is going to be in this movie, too. I want to see how that chemistry going to work. Hopefully we see Daredevil in this movie. I always think of like seeing like the Punisher gonna be in this movie. I just feel like Daredevil gotta be in this movie too. Cause he gotta be from the same universe. And Hulk really not. We ain't even seen like the Punisher and the Hulk chemistry like that. But man, this movie is gonna be interesting, man. And I'm glad Tom Holland doing all right, man. So go ahead and run them views up, y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.